Hi, I'm Fabrice Muamba. I'm on Sporf. This is my sports journey. I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I came to England in 1999. Football was never really a #1 priority. I grew up in a family where you're taught to study and to get a good job, and my best friend who was sitting next to me in the class, where he used to play for Arsenal, and I used to do his homework, and he said, hey, you're a good footballer, you're a good guy, I want to try to get you into the team. He took me there, and that's how I started my journey to get into Arsenal. To move on from being like in school and to become like a regular into the academy, it was like a step up and a magnificent opportunity to go in there to train with some of the best trainers, some of the best players. Every training session was very hard, demanding physically and mentally. But it was the best place for me to be at that particular time in my life, because I was trained with the best, I learned with the best, and it helped me when I moved on to get going my own career, because I was surrounded with some of the best players in the world as well. To walk into the Stadium of Light, to walk into the change room, to see your shirt with your name on it, with your number 44, it was just like, wow, it's really happening here now, All the stuff that you've been working hard for, all the stuff you dream about, to see it like in that particular moment, it's like, okay, this is it. Like, I think we won 3-0, I think, and Robin van Persie scored, Eboué scored as well, so it was all on a great night and something that I will never forget for the rest of my life. It was challenging for me because I went from living with my mum and dad and moving to live to myself. Being able to play in the championship, being able to play Tuesday, Saturday, the demanding of that league, I needed a challenge, and I think to move a step up, it took me a while to get into the team, but once I got into the team, once I got the rhythm of it, it was like, wow, okay, I grew my confidence, and it was just the best place for me to be. I'm forever grateful for the Birmingham fans because they were patient with me, but once I got into the team, it was just great experience. And to get promoted as well in my first season in the championship, I was more delighted for that. At the end of the season, I had to go see Mr. Wenger. We had a discussion, and it was just like, we come to a conclusion that he couldn't guarantee me to be even on the bench for the Arsenal first team. For any young players, it's very hard once you have the opportunity to play men's football, to go back again to play academy football. It's almost like you're going backward. So why would I stay there where somebody's guaranteeing me to play every Saturday in the Premiership, where the experience I would get from it will benefit me long term? So I'm glad that I made that decision, because it pays off very, very well, even though we got relegated that season. I'll remember that for the rest of my life. I've run into the box, I'm supposed to head the ball, but I end up hitting my leg. It's almost like I tackled the ball to go into the back of the net. I just tackled it. The emotion, the excitement that was in my head at that particular time, I was just excited just to score. You worked hard, you always watch people score, and the celebration, you're like, wow, I've done it now. I think that was one of my biggest issue was just not scoring enough goals. So when I scored that goal, I was very relieved with that. I went from being closer to mum and dad, which is an hour drive, 20-minute drive, to 4.5 hours to get to mum and dad. So that was a whole transition. I lived in a hotel for about 2 months because I couldn't find a place to live. Bolton change room, it was more of an experienced player with so much men in the team. So I was in there, one of the youngest ones. So to walk in there to see them guys are ready to work hard. They don't take no nonsense. They know what it's like to be in the league. The likes of Kevin Nolan, Kevin Davis, UC Escalana, J-Lo Samuel. For me, it was like, okay, I need to get myself ready and then get on with the program with them. So it was great experience for me. I enjoyed it. They always see me as an investment anyway, as any player at that age. So, good 4-year contract. I was in very much going in the right direction regarding my career. The board and then the manager, we all have a very good relationship. And I felt like I'll probably have another 2-3 years in there before I move on somewhere else. That summer was a great summer because they invested heavily on the team, brought in new players so that nobody can't be standing still. We played QPR away and I scored, I think the third or fourth goal. So far it was going in the right direction, that first game, you know. I think we were sitting top in the league after the first game. So it was like, okay, this is going to be a wonderful season for everybody. So yeah, started really well. It was almost like yeah, there you go. Thank you let me go now. Now I'm going to come in, you know, hunt it down anyway. So yeah, to score against Arsenal, yeah, it was great feeling to score against your former team. I think any players who say that they don't celebrate, to me, just a goal that you enjoy it like anything else really. March 2012, that was the last time I was able to play football in a professional environment, you know. So to suffer the sudden cardiac arrest at age 22, obviously you're upset that your career got cut short because of something that I don't have no control of. I was in disbelief when they told me that I passed out for that long. So I was like, yeah, good one. Because for when I woke up, oh, I'm gonna go home tonight. A couple days later, we go back training again. But as the time went on, they did so many exam tests, and then when everything come together, then they started telling me the whole detail, and you realize the depth of the whole situation. It probably was the best place that could happen to me because I had the special medical care that I needed on that day. I had everybody that I needed. I had an ambulance which was 10 seconds away from me. I had a cardiologist who was in the stadium. I had two doctors from two different teams. They all came in and worked under huge pressure to get me from the pitch to the ambulance, from the ambulance to the hospital, and they all did an amazing job on me, and they always helped me, and I'm very thankful because even to now I still speak to them anyway. So it's almost like they become part of my family because what they did for me on that day. My career got cut short, but it's for me, I lived the dream that most kids always wanted to do, which is to play football, and I've lived it. He's been invited to my wedding. He came to my wedding, so it's gone past patient and doctor. It's become like I've went to the point where like I need to keep this guy close to me, you know, even if it's just for normal talking. Dr. Dina said he's somebody I regard very highly in my life. You know. For me, it was more just a closure, just to go back in the stadium and also to say a few thank you to one or two people who were there, who did a great job with me. So having such an accident where you don't want to go back to that same position again. Or for me, I was like, I need to face on, you know, and then do what I need to do, and then, you know, we can. Since then, I've been back in Spurs Stadium many times, so not an issue. Punditry is great, but if you have an opportunity to do it and to study, you should try to immerse yourself in there because they give you an opportunity to learn the other side of the game. We all can talk about the game, but to talk about it in a way that it's constructible to everybody, and also to know what you're talking about and the way how you can relay the information to other people. So the sports journalism taught me how to write as a sports journalism, how to edit as a sports journalism, and how to interview somebody. All that stuff that I needed because we all want to stay in the game, but at some capacity you want to stay either as a coach or as somebody in the media. So I try to do both of them as much as I can. At the beginning of lockdown, there was a charity that was going on where they send you a computer game and then you play, and it was to raise money during the beginning of the pandemic. So they got in touch with me, said, you want, you know, a PlayStation 4, we send you PlayStation 4 console game, and FIFA, you play against other people. I was like, yeah, why not? But prior to that, when I was at Birmingham, I used to play a lot of FIFA anyway. So somebody said to me, you know, you can play on Twitch. I said, what? I didn't know what Twitch was anyway. It's like, oh no, this is a platform where all the gamer plays the game, stuff like that. So I found out a couple of ex-players, they're in there. I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. To be fair, my first time on Twitch, I was more nervous than anything else because I'm looking at myself thinking, I'm talking to myself and nobody's watching me, you know? And I had my little camera and I kept talking, and then I have two people coming in and say hello, and then I realized, oh, you're Fabrice. I said, yeah. I was like, oh, how are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm okay. It's been a work in progress, and I've enjoyed it, to be fair. The gaming community has been absolutely amazing. There's people who've gone on the way to help me in whatever capacity, and so many capacity, just to lay out the hand, say, Fabrice, I can help you with this, and there's so many stuff. So for me, it's been great.